Who would guess there's a message in the everyday, frequently used item we call a cup? Whatever type of cup your mind conjures up can contain this message. My first thought was of the 4 antique porcelain cups in our kitchen cupboard, this being one of them. They belonged to my wife's grandmother. Such delicate and decorative cups were used to serve coffee and tea in years gone by. Since society's advancement, we now frequently use paper and styrofoam cups at a special gathering. There are tin, ceramic, glass, and clay cups. Author John Kitchen prompted me to think about the message in a cup. He writes, "The Bible frequently depicts the workings of God by using the imagery of the cup. A cup is used to hold something, usually a liquid, but the Bible frequently uses it metaphorically to hold an idea, a message. What fills our cup are the situations we face, our lot in life, and the circumstances we face. Like any real cup, our metaphorical cup of life can be filled with different contents. Kitchen describes the various uses of the word cup in the Bible. He reminds the reader that the Bible talks about the cup of God's wrath. Now, when I think of the cup of God's wrath, I think of the small measuring cup that comes with liquid medicines. The medicine from the small cup often doesn't taste good, but we know we must drink it for our good. It's more difficult to convince our children that what we are forcing them to drink is for their own good. Well, God has the same problem with us, His children. Ultimately, the cup of God's wrath is good medicine. Jesus had to drink the cup of God's wrath by going to the cross. Jesus prayed to the Heavenly Father that if possible, if it was the Father's will, the cup of God's wrath, the cross, might pass from Him. But it was the Father's will that Jesus drink this cup. Kitchen writes, "Because Jesus drank the cup of suffering, judgment, wrath, and death on my behalf, He has become the cup of God's blessing, grace, and salvation for me." Yes, God's cup of the cross turned out to be a cup of God's great blessing for us. This is why Jesus initiated a simple meal called the Lord's Supper or communion. At this meal, He raised a cup in His hand and said, "This cup is the new covenant, a new arrangement, a new agreement, in my blood, which is poured out for you." It's found in Luke chapter 22, the latter part of verse 20. God's plan for our lives is that they be filled with Him and all He can provide. Whatever else fills our cup in life, much of which seems beyond our control and not always good, we can choose to let God fill us with the blessing of His presence, comfort, and help. So take any cup and if you hold it upside down under a faucet and then see how much water goes into the cup. None, of course. You could hold it upside down under Niagara Falls and it would still not fill. And as awesome and great as God is, He will not fill us with Himself if we're turned away from Him. When we do turn to Him, He can fill us with Himself and all the good that comes with Him. The next time we grab a cup, fill it, and drink from it, let's remember the message from the cup. The psalmist says in Psalm 16, verse 5, "Lord, You alone are my portion and my cup. You make my lot secure." God bless you.